Every single time I pack for Universal Orlando, I tell myself exactly the same thing. This time, I am only taking with me what I really need. And then, somehow, my suitcase starts filling up with things that are supposedly essential. A second hoodie when there was Florida weather. I don't know why. Then 3 charging cables when one would be enough. Maybe a second one in case it's breaking, but you could always buy a new one. But yes, 3 charging cables it is. Extra medications just in case, because you can't buy ibuprofen in the United States. Rain gear for every possible weather forecast. Yes. Shoes I will definitely wear when I don't need to wear my orthopedic ones. They stay in my suitcase and not getting touched. And after every single trip, I unpack my suitcase and think, why did I bring this? No, my shoes traveled to the United States and back. I hope they had a great trip. Because traveling with a hidden disability has actually made me much lighter with traveling. Yes, I'm a former backpacker, so I know exactly what I need and what I don't. But with a hidden disability, every unnecessary kilogram costs me energy. Today, I want to share the things I still pack for every Universal Orlando trip, even though I almost never use them. Maybe you can be smarter than me and just don't pack that stuff. And maybe this video will also help you pack a little lighter for your next adventure. So, hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Marina. I live with a hidden disability. I have a fused foot and chronic pain. On this channel, we talk about Universal Orlando, hidden disability challenges, accessible travel, travel to Japan, solo adventures, and finding ways to enjoy amazing vacation without exhausting yourself. So today's video is a little different. I'm confessing my biggest packing mistakes. Because despite years of backpacking and many trips to Orlando, I still overpack a few things. Old habits just die hard. Let's see if you make the same mistakes. Let's start with the just-in-case t-shirt collection. For a 2-week trip, how many t-shirts do I actually wear? Most of the time the answer is between 7 or 10, and if I need a new one, I can buy one. So how many do I pack? Usually I pack at least 14 or 15, a few more than I would really need. Because my brain says, what if you need another one? What if you spill yourself every day twice? And the reality, Universal hotels have laundry facilities. I usually do one load halfway through the trip and then at the end, just to make sure I just can unpack clean clothes again. And suddenly, half of my suitcase wasn't necessary again. One of the best lessons backpacking ever taught me is this. Clean clothes don't have to come from your suitcase. Sometimes, surprise, surprise, they come from a washing machine. So, let's talk about the second pair of walking shoes that are not my orthopedic ones and that they are traveling around the world with me. I always debate this. Should I really bring another pair? Maybe. I still bring my workout shoes because I don't want to go with dirty shoes in the gym facilities, so they need to go. But a second pair of shoes that are not orthopedic, the shoes I actually wear are the ones I already know are comfortable. When you travel with chronic pain, experimenting isn't just not worth it. Comfort beats fashion every time. I can guarantee you this. And now let's talk another thing that is embarrassing. The massive toiletry bag. I already packed everything in there and I was like, holy F, it's nearly not closing down. And it's just like, why? Why I pack still full-size bottles of everything? Because why? Most of it waits for me in Orlando. Walgreens has shampoo, toothpaste, sunscreen, pain relief, basically everything. Yeah, maybe you will pay a little bit more, but why bother bring all that stuff with me? And my traditional Walgreens visits has become one of my favorite moments of the trip anyway, because the first thing I realized every time that I forgot something I would actually need, like cotton pads, for an example, or stuff I had. My colon was nearly completely removed, and I still have problems with the scar, so I need to take care of the scar. Guess what? I am forgetting most of the things. Last time I needed to buy compresses from a pharmacy inside the airport, inside security, and I paid 3 times the price than I would have paid in a normal pharmacy. But I just wouldn't risk the risk of an infection. So, yeah, those things I still forget. But why carry all the extra stuff across the Atlantic? It just don't make sense. Let's talk about, we can laugh about something. I pack way too many electronics. Power bank, of course, it's important. Camera, batteries, maybe 1 pair of backup batteries would be enough, to be honest, because my SLR will last me for at least 2 days. Maybe I wouldn't even need a spare one, but a spare one is always good to have. And I've learned the hard way. I have SD cards with me everywhere, in every pocket, because there was one appointment as a journalist on an island out of nowhere. I was way early there, and then I saw a nice mist fog around the island. And I was like, perfect shot, I will take it. Put out my camera and realize there was no SD card in it. My SD card was still in my MacBook, and I was like, I am so screwed. I needed to pay $40 for a taxi to bring me to a local stop, a shop where I could buy a very overpriced SD card and get back to the harbor where the appointment was. And I was just like, this SD card cost me way too much money. So SD cards are small and don't weight a lot, so those cards are going with me everywhere. This is an essential. But do you need a second phone charger? A charger for your watch, for your tablet, USB cables, backup USB cables, and backup for the backup USB cables. At some point, even I have to laugh. One USB charger is enough. One for my Apple Watch, and I can use the micro USB for my iPhone and for my Switch. One is enough. And the same is going for my MacBook. I just need one charger for it, not 3 or 4. So, yeah. But you will see in my packing video maybe doing the exact same thing. But maybe I am a little bit smarter next time. Let's cross our fingers. Now let's talk about the jacket that never ever leaves the hotel. Florida surprises people. Sometimes it can be chilly, especially in the evenings and in the winter months. So yes, I always bring 1 warm layer with me, but not 5. 1 hoodie has been enough for almost every trip. Then I have a fleece jacket that I wear on my way to the airport. That's enough. 1 hoodie and those jacket. And if one of those things are getting dirty, laundry facility. But the rest, usually they are staying folded in my suitcase. I remember a trip to Japan in the summer month. I took 3 or 4 hoodies with me. And it was so unbearable hot. They definitely never even left their packing cubes. And it was just such a waste of weight. So now let's talk about another thing. Snacks from Germany. I still pack a few for Surfside and for Epic Universe because They are taking good care of me and the flight attendants, but a few of them. You don't need to bring full-size family packets with you, because you can buy stuff there. There you can try new stuff out. I mean, I have a lot of friends from the United Kingdom. I know they need to bring their tea because they will go insane if they have to drink the tea in the United States. I had such a huge argument. It was funny in the end, but in Surfside, they don't provide a water boiling kettle. And my friend was just losing it. She was up to that point going to Walmart and just buy one for $10. I made the stupid suggestion, why don't you just put your cup in the microwave with water on it and make it hot? That nearly started World War III. Let's say it in this way. So, if you need your tea bags and you need your water kettle, buy it and bring it with you. Because when it makes you happy, it's definitely worth the wait. Now let's talk about the backpack that gets heavier every day. This used to be me and still sometimes is me. There was the water bottle, the umbrella, jacket, camera, extra batteries, random souvenirs from 5 trips ago. I still find stuff from Japan. Yes, it's that bad. And by lunchtime, my backpack weighed more than it needed to. Now I ask myself a simple question. Will I need this within the next 2 hours? If not, it stays in the hotel. And I have now a tradition of just emptying out the whole backpack every evening to avoid carry random souvenirs from around the world with me all the time. Now let's talk about planning around the resort instead of my bag. One thing I really love about staying at Surfside, it is easy to return to the hotel. That changes everything. Instead of carrying everything all day, I can simply go back if I need something. That saves my shoulders, my back, and most importantly, my energy. Now let's talk about the biggest things I leave at home. This isn't an object. It's expectation. I used to feel like I need to do everything. No, I leave that pressure just behind. Because it's surprisingly heavy if you just put pressure all the time on you. Now let's talk about what I never leave behind. Some things always come with me, no matter what. My foldable crutches, my foot brace, medication, sunflower lanyard, my orthopedic shoes, those aren't optional. Those are the things that make my vacation possible in the first place. And there is a huge difference between unnecessary weight and essential support. Now let's talk about why backpacking changed everything for me. Backpacking taught me something I will never forget. Every item should earn its place, because eventually you have to carry it. Today, that's even more important to me. Every unnecessary kilogram costs me energy. Energy I would much rather spend walking through Epic Universe and watching the sunset or just enjoying city walk. And the funny reality, every trip I come home, open my suitcase and discover things with tags still attached. Things I never ever even touched. And apparently, some old habits are very difficult to break. So let's talk about what I pack instead. Instead of more clothes, I pack confidence. Instead of extra shoes, I pack flexibility. Instead of unnecessary gadgets, I pack time, planning, and realistic expectations. Those things have more improved my vacations than a pair of extra socks maybe ever could. Now let's talk about the lesson Universal keeps teaching me. Universal has taught me something unexpected. The happiest days rarely happen because I packed perfectly. They happen because I just adapted. maybe it rains. Maybe my pain is worse. Maybe I leave early. Maybe I spend the afternoon at Surfside instead of riding attractions. And that's okay. The lighter I pack, physically and mentally, the easier it is for me just to adapt to the situation. So every vacation teaches me the same thing. I don't need more stuff. I just need more energy, more flexibility, and more kindness toward myself. The lighter my suitcase becomes, the easier it is to enjoy every moment for me. So people often ask me for packing tips, and honestly, the best tip I can give isn't what to bring. It's just what to leave behind. Leave behind the pressure. Don't be influenced by all the people that overpacking with their packing videos. Most of them don't have hidden disabilities and they just don't care how much their suitcase is weighing that they need to carry. Leave behind the fear of forgetting something. This is really important because even as I was at the Everespace track, I was still able to buy the basis of essentials for surviving. So you can buy everything. Because the important thing you can't buy is your energy. Your energy is precious, especially when you travel with a hidden disability. So if you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed and joined my small little community. Every day I talk about Universal Orlando, accessible travel, hidden disabilities, solo adventures, and making vacations a little easier for people like us, and a little bit more enjoyable. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you pack for every vacation but almost never use it? I have a feeling we all have at least one item that's just along for the ride. Share yours in the comments. I can't wait to read them. So thank you so much for watching today. Take care of yourself. I will see you in my next video tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.